Hi grade 10s, today we are going to continue with page 89, the right side, where we are given the front view and the auxiliary view of the cone and a cutting plane AA. So what we're going to do, we have to draw a left view and a view that is showing the true shape in the direction of this arrow, but no hidden detail is required. So first things first, we are going to divide our circle into 12 equal parts. So in the previous video, I showed you how to divide a circle using a 30-60 set square, but I just think it's also important that you know another method that you can also use. So what you're going to do, take the radius of the given auxiliary view, which is your circle, that is your radius there, and then you're going to put it at the edge, and then just make a mark, come to the top as well, make a mark, still at the same point at the top, make a mark, and then go to the sides, mark here, mark bottom, go to the other side, mark there, mark at the bottom. So once that is done, you can now join your points using a construction line. So you can now join your points like that. So just the top to bottom. So every point that you join must be passing through the center, just like we did on the previous video there. And then this one will pass here. Just always ensure that they are lined. And then the last point will be on this side here. So now that you have your points, let me just zoom in for you. Zoom in one more time. Yes, now that you have your points, you label them again. So you're going to have point 1 at the center, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way up until 12. Now as you can see, this drawing is sitting at 60 degrees like that. So because it's sitting at 60 degrees, we're going to project our lines to the base at 60 degrees. So we're going to start with point 10, take it up, and then we can see 9 and 11 are sharing there, up, okay, let me just change my move my 6 here. Okay, and then still here 1 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 5, and the last one will be point 4. So always ensure that you label your points. Like I mentioned, this is 10, this is 9 and 11, and then 12 and 8, 7 and 1, 6 and 2, 5 and 3, and then here we have 4. So those are your points. Now from here, you're going to join all of your points to the top. So every point will be joined to that point. We will call that point point A once again, which is the vertex of the cone. So point 10 is already there. So we're going to take 9 and 11, and then 8 and 12, then we take 7 and 1, and then 6 and 2 as well, we take it. Just remove this. Okay, 6 and 2, and then 5 and 3. Take it up there. Then that's how you will have your point. And then you can see that all these points are being cut by the cutting plane there. So now the first thing that we need to do is to draw the left view. And here it's not saying sectional left view, it's just saying we must draw the left view. So in order to draw the left view, we have to have our other XY line 1 here. So you measure 10 millimeters from the furthest point. In this case it's 0.4, and then we're going to have our XY2 there. Let me just extend it a little. So we have our X1, actually Y1. So that is the first thing that we're going to do. And then after that, we're going to project all of these points to the right, so that we can now have our left view there. Remember, the left view is on the right. So we're now going to project our points. So I'm going to use a different color so that you can see. So for the base, we will use this red color. So this is 0.10. Not sure. Okay, 0.10. Here we go. 9 and 11. 12 and 8. 7 and 1. 6 and 2. 5 and 3. Then we have 4. So now let's label them. Actually, instead of labeling, because we can already see which point is which from here, we can just go ahead and trace the points from the auxiliary view. So in order to trace the base, we must use this XY line and then project the points there. I'm going to start with 0.4. So from the XY line, we have 0.4 here on the XY line, all the way, open it all the way there. And then where is our 0.4? Our 0.4 is here, XY line, mark 4. But while we are still at it, we can see that 4 and 10 once again have the same distance. 10 is also our furthest point, so we're going to mark it there. So there we have 4, here we have 10, like that. Just zooming in a little so that we focus only on the part that we are doing. And then once we've traced point 4, we're going to go trace 3 and 5 because they are on the same line. So we're going to come here, point 3, point 3, like that. And then when I go to this line, here is my 3 and 5, here, come here, mark 3, so that is your 3, and then come again to the, let's see which line 3 actually is the same distance with. So 3 and 11 have the same distance. So this is a method that will save you a lot of time. 3 and 11, same distance. So from the XY line, we have 3. From the XY line, once again, we have 11. So where is 11? 11 is here. This method will save you a lot of time. Just double checking which points actually have the same line and all that. So 2, as you can see, both 12, they are also sharing from the XY line. You see as well, 12 from the XY line, they are sharing. So you will first trace 2, mark 2 here, mark 2, and then go and find where 12 is. 12 is on this line here. There you have your 12. And then here we have 1. So here we have point 1. Point 1 is in the middle here. Come all the way there. And then come and trace your 1. And then, now that we have 1 on the same line though, we have 7. So open all the way to 7, like that. So from the XY to 7, from the XY to 7. So here we have 7. Then we're going to move back to where 2 was to trace 6. 6 is sharing with 8. If we go this side, you will see that 6 and 8 are actually sharing. So you're going to first come where 6 is. Then you will mark 6, and then where 8 is. 8 is in this line here. Mark 8. And then now we're going to trace point 9. Come here, open all the way to 9. You'll see that point 9 shares with 6. So, actually with 5, sorry. Let's just double check though. 3, see 5 and 9 are sharing, so this is where your 5 is. No, this is where your 5 is, so 5 will be there, and then 9 will be there. So it means point 8 is in the wrong line. So 9 and 5, and let's just go back to get the correct length for 8 because I placed it in the wrong line. So that is your 8, and then 8 should be in this line here. So here is 8. So you have your points there. Let me just outline those points so that they are visible to you. 9, 10, 11, 12 is done. So that is the base of our left view. Now we are not done. We know that the center here will be 4 and 10. So we have to have a construction line going up vertically. So a construction that will be going up should be 4 and 10. Like that. And then we're going to join all these points there using a construction line. So all these points will be joined there. So point 1 all the way up until 12. You join your points there using a construction line. But first, you can't just join without projecting your point A. So let's project point A first so that we get the height. So that is what we have so far, and point A will be here. That's where point A will be, and then from there we will quickly join our points. Please remember, this is using a construction line. So all points should be going there, and then 12, 11, 3 as well, 10 and 4 are already there, 9, 8, 7, and then you 6. So all of your points are there, and then you will join this as well using a construction line. So once all the points are joined, then you will join that using a construction line. So in the instructions we are told that we must draw the left view, but then no hidden detail is required. So what we are going to do, we are going to outline point 1 and 7 all the way to A, because that is outside. That is outside, so we are going to ensure that we outline them. And then going to use our pencil, outlining them using a solid line, an A line to B, and then also 7. So from A all the way to 7, like that. And now from here we're going to also outline the outer circle. So joining these points will require you to just follow the construction line that you made. So you must ensure that you're very precise like that. So that is how your left view would look like. If we were asked to show hidden detail, then that is how we were going to go about it. But because we are not asked to show hidden detail, this is where we end. Now we must go to the second thing that we should draw. We are told that we should draw a view showing the true shape of the cut surface in the direction of this arrow X. So it means that our true shape will be showing this. So the base will be visible, but then this part here should be cut. So what we're going to do, we have to project these lines, but first we have to draw a parallel line that is, a line that is parallel to our cutting plane. So in order to do that, I will need to zoom out a little, actually a whole lot more, so that you can see the whole piece that we will be using. So we have to draw a line that is parallel to that line. So what you do when you want to draw a line that is parallel to a particular line, you have to, so in this case, I'm going to have to support it like that. Let's see. Okay. So you can see that this line here, I'm literally taking its direction. So this line, I place my compass like that, and then I support it using, it can be using a ruler or using any other set square. But because I have to move it down like that, so I'm trying my best to ensure that the line or the shape that I will draw will be parallel. And once I have that, I need to draw my XY to here. Must ensure that it is long enough. So your XY2 is here, and let's just double check if these two lines are parallel. So the line is here, I take it all the way up like that. You can see that they are indeed parallel. So that is the first step of drawing our parallel line, and then we will label it X2, Y2. So that is our second XY line. Now to get our shape, we're going to put our longer set square there and align it with the cutting plane, just so we are able to see where we are cutting and everything. And we must make sure that we are able to move it to the sides like that. Then let's see if I'll be able. Yes, I will be. So you must make sure that it's supported. So first you align it with the cutting plane. Ensure that you align it very properly, then support it, because the next step will require you to start transferring each and every point of the base down. So now we're going to take our point like that. Ensure that it's very steady, and then bring it down, hold it steady, support, move it to the next point. So just remember, this is point 4 that we just brought down. Now we are bringing 5 and 3. Hold, support, move it. 6 and 2. Support, move. 7 and 1, support, move. 8 and 12, support, move. 9 and 11, and then the last move for the base will be 10. Then now I don't have enough space to go all the way to my point A. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave everything, come back here, align it again. Align this piece with the cutting plane. Let's see. Now you see I can go to A. So let's make sure again that it's parallel. Always make sure that it's parallel or it's aligned with the line properly. Once it's aligned like that, you hold it steady, you support it, you move it to where you want it to go, there. Then once it's there, bring that point A down. So we know this line is for A. Now we are done with transferring the points. We are more than welcome to just label them here like I've mentioned. This will be your 5 and 3, 6, 2, 7, 1, 12, 8, 9, 11, then 10. So those are your points. So what we are going to do, we are going to use again the auxiliary view, transfer the points from the XY line and then bring them here. That is what I want us to do. So I'm going to zoom in so that we only focus on the part that we are doing. So we are taking points from here and bringing them here. So open your compass, start at point 4 again. As we have been doing, we already know that some points are sharing. So just as usual, 4 and 10 are sharing. So from the XY line to 4, XY line to 4, we know that it will be the same as 10. And then we know that 3 and 11 we're also sharing. So we're going to go to 3 first, and we know that it was sharing with 11. So here is our 3, going to have a point there, and then 11 is on the other side. And then we're going to go to, we know that 2 and 12 as well. 2 and 12 were sharing. So we're going to come here and trace. This is 2, and then 12 is on this side, and then we have point 1. Point 1 is here, so going to bring point 1, and then on the same line we have point 7. So on the same line as point 1, we have point 7. Oh, from the XY line. From the XY line. From the XY line, we have point 7 there. And then we move on to 8. We know that point 8 shares with 6. So here is a line for 6. Have a point there, and then also have a point here on 8, and then our last point will be 9 and 5. So 9, 5. So those are your points. So those are your points. Slightly join them using a construction line. And just save yourself. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's still a construction. Remember that. So everything will be perfect once you now outline. So that is the little base that we have. Now to get our point A, we have to once again ensure that we draw a parallel line. So we will align with our XY line there and then support it at the bottom. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm aligning it here with them and then supporting it, bringing it to the middle points, which are these 2 points here, and then 0.4 and 10. Then I will have my center from there. So from there, that is where you will have A. Once again, all points will go to our A. So all of these points that I have here will now be joined at A. And just make sure this one, this, so just join everything to A. A. Yeah. So all of the points have been joined at A. Now what we need to do is to go back to our instructions and reread what they were saying. They were saying that we should draw a view showing the true shape of the cut surface. So it means that even these projections, they need now to be also transferred down. So now that we brought the base down, we have gotten how our shape will look like. Now we need to bring the projection down, the projection lines down. So it means that everywhere the cutting plane cuts, we need to bring those points down here so that we can get our true shape on this view that we are drawing. Because remember, we are just drawing a view that shows the cut surface. So remember the method that we used. We aligned our set square with the cutting plane like that. And then once we have aligned, then we support it using another set square. Pay attention to how I'm holding my set squares. So we're now going to start here where it cuts line 4. We're going to project using this red color. So once you have supported, you now leave the supporting set square and hold the set square that is there, and then you'll have a line, you'll have a point there at 4, hold it firm, go back and support, and then where it cuts 5 and 3. It's there. So we're going to project. So this is our 5. So let me just label the points first, because now I can't see which one is which. So we have 4, and then we have 3, 5, 6, 2, then 1, 7, 8, 12, 9, 11, then 10. So that is our point. So now that I've made my job easy, I will go back to aligning my set square. Align it, support it, then start moving it. So it's cutting 5 and 3 there. So I'm going to have a point. Here is my 3, here is my 5, and then 6 and 2 there. So where is my 6? 6 is on this line, 2 is on this line here, and then come and support once again, 7 and 1, have your 1 here, then you have your 7 there, and then moving it to 10 first. So 10 is there, and then I'm going to get where 9 and 11 are. So here's my 9, then there's my 11, and then my 8. Where's my 8 being cut? My 8 is being cut there, so it's 8, and so here is my 8, somewhere here, and then 12 as well, just there. So let me just make my points so that they are visible. I hope that you can see them. So let me zoom in. Now that the points are there, once again, using a construction, you try your best to smoothly create a smooth, clean circle. Like that. So that is the true shape of the cut surface. Then outline it. Now that you know how it looks like, you're going to outline it. Slipped there. Going to outline it like that. And then take your set square and hatch your true shape, please. Always have to hatch your cut surface. using a 45-degree set square. Don't use any other set square to hedge except a 45-degree set square. So you just need to continue hatching. I'll show you. So once you've hashed like that, now you're going to outline your base. First, take your pencil, outline from 7, pass through 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then once you're there, I'm going to take the ruler and then just draw the edge of your comb there. Like that. So now you will have a true shape there, and then this is the view that has the true shape. Your point A is there. So this is how your whole drawing should look like. So this is what you were given: the front view, the auxiliary view. You drew the left view. You drew a view that shows the true shape from the arrow, from the X arrow, and you did not show any hidden detail. So this is how you are supposed to do it. All the best with page 89, and thank you so much.